Hello everyone, welcome to this new video. In this video I wish to address a previous video I made about the Canon 100-400 Mark II L lens. I'll just show you what it looks like in this video. So here it is, quite a beast of a lens. Obviously it's about I think 2.15 kilograms in weight, and it extends quite a way, as you can see. And it's a beast of a lens to carry around, but it's really handy for, walk around photography. Now, I originally tested this lens on a 600D and a 7D, and I filmed the focusing results from this lens, and I was disappointed, and in the video it is quite slow. Now, I got a lot of comments suggesting that I was doing something wrong. They said that lens was fantastic. I did a bit of digging and I found a video of a 1DX which I showcased that the autofocus power in that camera produced faster results in the autofocus system. So I've got a little bit of a treat here today. What we have is a Canon 7D Mark II, the original 7D, and we're going to compare old versus newer camera in terms of focusing speed. And I think this will be of interest to many people. Why do I say that? Well, you'll get to know old technology versus new. Is a new camera on a newish lens better than using an older camera? Because many of you guys out there might be using some old 1D bodies like the 1D Mark III or the 1D Mark IV because you can't afford the 1DX or the 1DX Mark II. And you want to know how that camera performs with a newer lens, because this lens isn't very old, it's quite new in respect to Canon technology. So obviously I was using a 600D and a 7D for my tests, and for autofocus was relatively slow. So I'm going to be getting a 90D in soon to check and see how the autofocus performs in that camera. But this is the 7D Mark II. It's a newer camera versus this old one that I was using. Let's find out if the autofocus is quicker on a newer camera, and then we can determine in general that newer cameras produce faster results because they tend to have better battery systems in them and newer firmware that works with the newer lenses. So let's see if the newer camera outperforms the old camera, and then we can determine that all the videos I've done in the past on the 100-400 Mark II L lens is based on an older camera technology, and we can determine that newer cameras work better with more modern lenses. I hope you do find this video informative, and it certainly is an eye-opener for me. So let's have a look at the results. So in this part of the video we're going to test the autofocus speed of the 7D Mark I and the 7D Mark II. So we have a Cylon model on the fireplace, which is about maybe 3 meters away, and we're going to test the autofocus of these two cameras to see if there's any difference between the Mark I and the Mark II. So we've got the L lens set up at 400mm. These are crop sensor cameras, so keep that in mind. So that equates to 640mm, and we're going to be testing the autofocus speed from infinity and the closest focus distance and see how quickly it can acquire focus. So without further ado, let's put it to infinity. And let's zoom in, and that's locked on pretty good. Go from infinity again to test it, make sure we got it there, and we have achieved focus there. So let's go to the closest focus, which is 0.98, so it's 98 centimeters, and let's see how that equates in terms of focus speed. Just testing that. Okay, that's acquired focus. Let's do that again. And that's acquired focus. So it's not super fast, but it's not very slow either. Obviously I did say that in the previous videos, that it did feel slow, and I think it depends on the lighting situations, how much ambient light you've got to play with. If it's quite dull, I suspect it will struggle. Let's try the other camera now, the Mark II version, and let's see if there's any difference in speed. So we have the Mark II set to infinity again, and let's see if we can acquire focus. Let's try that again, from infinity to about 3 meters. Let's have a go. Okay, we've acquired focus again. Okay, let's do it from the closest focusing with 0.98, which is 98 centimeters away, to 3 meters. So let's just see how that does. Very quick indeed. Let's go to 0.98 again on the Mark II. So let's have a look, see how the focus does. Very quick. So what we can determine is newer cameras seem to do better on more modern lenses, and that means a newer camera with better firmware will always beat an older camera. So I hope you found this video informative, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye bye.